Hey.
Hey. Hello.
Irene. So nice to see you. Have a seat.
Tommy was the number 2 baby out of your 40,000
Oh,
deliveries.
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. But you know, we started out very, very small, and we started out with philosophy of 2 primary things. 1 is always do the right thing for the patient,
Yeah.
and 2, make an effort to invest back into the field to make the field better, to improve outcomes.
I can't believe it's been 20 years since I've had my son with you, and I've known you for that long. And it's amazing where your businesses went in 20 years. I remember when I met you, I saw you in the elevator one day, and you were just like it was raining outside, and you had a raincoat and an umbrella. And then when you started RMA, I thought, I'll give it a shot. To me, you're just Dr. Bergh, and then I find out that you're this world-renowned doctor. I'm so impressed and so happy that you are successful, and you guys have like the best place here to start a family, and I've sent so many of my family and friends to you, and they've all gotten pregnant.
Yeah, you're right there in the very beginning. Do you remember when we moved over from
I
St.
remember
Barnabas?
you, yes. There was one office, the lab, well, the draw room, the nurses, and the examining room. It was so small.
Who was your nurse? Do you remember?
Mary Dukovich. She was my partner in crime. I loved her. She was always on the ball. She was always helpful.
She held it all together for you.
She did.
Yeah.
She really did.
They do such an incredible job. I mean, it's so difficult. And I think for patients, you know, going through this, not being able to get pregnant and having to come here, it's daunting, it's overwhelming, and it really helps to have someone hold your hand and get through that process.
It is.
But, you know, here, it's a big place, and many, many people come here from all over the world.
I can't believe
that. And you look at the waiting room, and it's huge, and it's because it's full, especially on the weekends. I mean, there's standing room only. There's so many people that need this service. But we really try to break it down by having one doctor and one nurse work with the patient through the whole process. So we have these small teams of doctor-nurse teams that work with the patients individually. So the patient is always talking to the same nurse, is always talking to the same doctor, even though other people may be involved in their care. That team is always on top of what's happening and communicating with that patient. So it's kind of like a small feel in a big place.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that when you went through it, even though it was a busy place, you always felt like Mary had your back, and
and
we were taking care of you, and you weren't lost in a sea of people. We're here for our patients. I mean, that's what makes it all worthwhile. I mean, we're so lucky to have a job where we can make such a huge difference in patients' lives.
You and my husband know each other and love fishing.
Yeah.
And it was meant to be.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think that relationship between the physician and the patient is what's so important. When the patient believes in their physician and trusts that they have their best interests at heart, and that's really what's the most important thing. And even the patients with crazy requests, like, you know, transfer around the horoscope, we actually accommodated. Do you remember that?
Yes, that was my idea.
Yeah, I know.
I still can't believe how world-renowned you are. It's just amazing where you came from, and you were young when you started.
Yep.
And now, I mean, you go all over the world speaking. You have practices all over the world. My God, I was with you in Morristown in your first little room.
Yep. It's come a long way.
And I think of my kids, and that I wouldn't have any of that without you. And all your sarcasm that came along with it. Which is why I probably stayed with you, because I like that sense of humor. But I thank you so much for that. It's just from the bottom of our hearts. I mean, our lives would be nothing without the kids. You know that. You have 2 beautiful kids, too.
Yep. Yep. The kids are everything. I mean, your family's everything.
Yes.
Well, thanks, Irene.
You did well.
I really appreciate you coming today. Very nice.
Yeah.